Amiri boy. Dropping soon.
So guys, David was in Paris for Paris Fashion Week, courtesy Puma, a brand he represents, and of course he went shopping for his wifey. We all know that David doesn't joke with shopping for his wife whenever he is outside the country, and how much more in the city of love, the city of fashion, where most brands have their headquarters. Of course, he went shopping. He spent a little over 50,000 United States of America dollars, which is about 100 million naira, or thereabout when converted to naira.
I know it's a movie. Gotta get it done. So, Amiri boy. Dropping soon.
David had a great time watching supermodels walk the runway.
Can I get one look over here?
African king. Yeah. My boy. Nice boy. You know, boy.
This way, please.
Over here.
Left side, please. Awesome. Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
Okay. So you got that shit on to.
Guys, please make a
You got a lot of fans. I know, bro. That's where I'm trying to go. The whole shit. YouTube is huge out there. When is the best time to go? The best time to go is definitely December. December be too like choke. You ready not get no streaming done. Party.
Oh, the guy David was talking to is a designer. We might receive him in Nigeria this December. 30 December is about to be litty. Guys, my favorite fashion of David is when he is speaking in his American accent. People have criticized and implied that his accent is fake, but come on guys, this guy was raised in America and Nigeria, but then part of his education in Nigeria, he is an American. If we are being honest, like David is an American by birth, not even based on both age and all those other things. I mean, David should have invited him for Lagos Fashion Week.
All right, couple more. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yes, easy. One for you. DAVIDO. Yes.
country.
Here, please.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect.
I kind of, my head just kind of blinked for a minute. I'm like,
No, it's all good, man. It's all good.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Amiri boy. Dropping soon.
So I'd like to know, are you a fan of OMALAY? I haven't really been keeping up with him since the whole emotional breakdown he had and all those dramas, but he used to be like a really big deal. I don't even know if he is still a big deal. I am super surprised that looks like he got a VVIP invite to this fashion show. Sometimes the artists you expect to see, you won't get to see them in environments like this. And I think previous years we've had Rema, we've had Burna Boy, we've had Wizkid, but I don't think any of those I mentioned have showed up in 2025.
DAVIDO, hold on. Yo, give me, yeah.
Please.
My God.
Davido, please.
Yeah.
Right here.
So guys, you can actually stop watching at this point. Well, back to the gist. Guys, can you remember in 2020 there was an incident with OMALAY and Thames in one of these African countries, I think Uganda also, where they had gone to perform and they got arrested for performing while, I don't know, during quarantine or something. And I remember then Thames, I think that was the first time I heard of Thames. Thames came on Twitter and, you know, said a lot of things about the government of that particular country after she got released and all of that. And I remember while she was talking about her experience, she said something about we were in the room sleeping. I think it was either her own narrative or OMALAY's, and people were like, you guys were in the same room, this is a potential ship, blah blah blah. And then OMALAY was quite big. He was actually bigger than Thames at the time. But you know one thing about life, like I was telling a friend yesterday, that a lot can happen in a year. Like, it's funny how today Thames is an international superstar. Like, she is really big, especially outside the country, because her texture of music isn't really the kind of music we enjoy in Nigeria. And I love that she didn't spend time trying to force her music on us. She went to where she is appreciated. Like, she does shows abroad and her shows are filled to the brim with a lot of, you know, Ndiocha vibing to her music. It's always like, oh, look at Thames. So I remember sharing one time on Facebook and I was like, I did not know Thames had fans like this. And a friend of mine was like, he stays in Nigeria, he was like, I actually love Thames. I've always loved her. I was like, wow, I don't really know so much about her songs. Like, I'm not really a fan of her voice and all of that, but she is big. I love that she chose to leverage on, you know, her fan base. Just like Yemi Alade might not be able to sell out shows in Nigeria, but when it comes to all these French-speaking countries, she is like a favorite because, you know, her tone, she has this makosa, she dances, and I learned she speaks French very well. So, you know, one thing about this fame thing, always look for your crowd. I think that's one of the greatest problems White Money is having. White Money has refused to embrace his crowd. Like, he's trying so hard to force this Afrobeat thing, but I feel like his crowd is in the eastern part of the country. Those are because His song is more like, I don't know if I should say high life or bongo, but I cannot really call it Afrobeat. But the thing is, he's trying so hard to break into the like international market, the mainstream market, but that's a struggle. Someone like Jerick owns the Southeast, and he does shows, stadiums are packed, and he has embraced it. Like sometimes you just need to embrace it. You must not appeal to the crowd you consider ideal. I think that was something I took from Flavor's interview. One time he did an interview, he was like, fine, the awards are good, but then everybody cannot win awards. While he desires to, win awards, he will not go into Afrobeat because he wants to appeal to a certain demographic, or he won't go into R&B because he wants to appeal to certain. He is a high life musician. People love his tunes. At least in a month, Flavor performs in, let me say publicly, at least 2 events. Privately, he has very rich people who just call him, sing for us. He goes with his piano, he goes with his guitar, and then just privately he serenades them. That's what they want. But then people have this, oh, he's not all over the place, how is he doing? But then that's his crowd. That's his crowd. So people need to just find your niche, polish it, and embrace it. You don't have to be with Davido, you don't have to be Beyonce. You can be a king in your own jungle, in your own cabal. That's what it's supposed to be. So my people, like I said, a lot can change in a year. And while you're praying, just tell God, help me find my niche or what you want me to be. Because until you get that particular thing God wants you to be, I am sorry, you might end up struggling and struggling and struggling. And maybe when people start telling you, oh, I think you're good at this, when more than 3 people say something to you, I think it's something you should sit back and say, okay, a lot of people have said this. Maybe they are being honest. Maybe this is something I should try out. But a lot of times you're like, oh, I beg, waiting this one sabi. Yes, we do that a lot too. So we need to like start embracing new beginnings, start embracing the fact that we may not necessarily get what we want, but the truth is, when you start making money from that particular thing, you will find yourself enjoying it too, by fire by force, because at the end, your passion or talents may not necessarily feed you. Then maybe when you make a lot of money to throw around, you see that thing where you like, go they do even if you don't make money from it, you know that yes, I am doing this out of passion. Like, let me just you guys, my passion has always been makeup. I've done like how many makeup trainings, but you see, the thing is, most times I just say to myself, God, hey, like, it worries me so much. I'm like, this is what I want to do, but it doesn't seem to work. Even when my friend suggested I started a channel, I wanted to do makeup, and I remember her telling me, makeup is saturated, and besides, I did not even have the strength, cameras, I did not even have all those things. So today I don't get ring lights. So imagine if I had to deal with all of that. But then I always tell myself that someday I am going to open a makeup shop. I don't care. And just like test run it, because that's always been what I wanted. But to be like saying, not be waiting, God, what make I do? But then one day I will definitely try that out. So guys, this is supposed to be about Fashion Week. Hey, but look at us, I digress. Guys, have a beautiful weekend.